Hello there, folks. It's Matthew, the Millennial Kiwi. Yes. Well, this podcast is going to be a short one, and I don't think I'm going to be doing another one until this sort came up. And yes, we actually heard that the Free Wars Amendment Bill passed its third reading. Yeah, I was actually watching Carol Bromley's video, and I found in the comments that's when I first heard about it though, and and they say it has passed its third reading, and I said to myself, if that's the case, that means New Zealand is in a lot of trouble. If that turns out to be true, and to look like it turns out to be true. I don't want to say this, folks. I just don't want to say it. I just don't want to say it. I wish, that's all I wish. I am wrong about this though. I wish this is not the case. I wish that's not the case. I'll say, folks, I'm not there trying to scare you or anything though. I'm there to inform you that yet the Three Waters Amendment Bill passed its third reading. And well, let's get to it. And just over a year ago, it passed its first reading, around 9th of June 2022. But back then, those who were in favour had about 77 votes, and those who opposed it had 42 votes. So any further ado, let's just get to it. Amending legislation to the government's controversial Three Wars program has passed its third reading under the urgency at Parliament. Urgency! Wow, it's running wide here in a hurry. Because, well, the election is coming up. Which I'm not there to talk about that. Talking about the Three Waters passing its third reading, that's what I'm there to talk about. The bill would put in place the final series of charges to the drinking, waste, and stormwater management system, including the increase from the four the four entities to the 10 smaller ones announced in April. It also delays the start from entities by 2 years to 2026. Some of the entities are expected to come online earlier. However, the largest one covering Auckland and Northland. The greater number of the entities means it will mean they are more localised, and the council will typically have more influence and strategic oversight in the group, but it also means costs for ratepayers will likely to be high under Labour's previous plan. Yeah. And of course, Labour and the Green Party support the Water Service Amendment Bill. Sometimes people are not always that great with words. And while National Act and Tea Party Murray opposes it. Yes, we've got some Murrays that oppose it, and we know there are good Murrays though. There are good Murrays there who are not going along with it though, and also not going along with this co-government things though, and well, I'm not there talking about co-governments though, we're there to talk about the Three Waters. And National and Act have both promised to repeal the entire suits of reform. Well, we'll be getting to that now. Now we're going to go to the clip from 3 News that was over a year ago, so and I'm going to only about watch just a minute of it.
Councils around the country are in open revolt against the government's Three Waters plan for water management.
But what is Three Waters and why are mayors so upset by it? National correspondent Patrick Gower explains.
Matamata Piako Mayor Ash Tanner has 2 words for the government.
Back off.
He, like most of the country's mayors, is angry at a proposal to overhaul the way that water is managed, called Three Waters.
Imagine Aotearoa without good water.
In my opinion, I think, and my council's opinion, we think it's crap.
The government says it wants to avoid another Havelock North water crisis and estimates New Zealand's water infrastructure has a $185 billion repair bill. So it wants to take control off councils for the Three Waters, drinking water, wastewater and stormwater, currently controlled by 67 different councils, but the government wants just 4 authorities.
We don't trust it, we don't have confidence in it, and we don't find it credible.
Yeah, and there's probably a reason why, because, you know, they're going to have control of it. Just by 4 authorities. And let's go back to the map there. Yeah, it's more like 5 waters to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, and probably 5 there, because that bit's there. They might see, but that's in the South Island area. So I'll probably call it the 5 or 4, the 5 here, because you know, because of that part. And yet, we of course we got Ardern saying that though, that was 23rd December 2022. And let's see what she's got to say.
When you had the discussion in caucus, did you believe it was going to be 75%, and did you believe the amendment would be 75% when it went to the House, that it wouldn't succeed if that was the case?
As I've always said, caucus discussions is a...
People, the one thing I don't miss about Ardern is that. The smart, yeah, for crying out loud, man. When I see I don't miss that at all.
General rule of thumb, we don't discuss publicly. But I have talked about the fact that entrenchment is generally understood to mean that you have to have 75% to put it in place and then 75% to remove it. But Barry, the most important thing here is that we're going to put it right.
But
yeah.
You did think that the amendment would be 75%.
As I've said a couple of things. First of all, the SOP the actual amendment itself wasn't released till later that day. Entrenchment is generally understood to be 75%. Otherwise, I am going to stick to that principle of making sure...
Did you know about the amendment?
Otherwise, I'm going to stick...
Did you know about the amendment?
I'm going to finish my sentence, first of all. Otherwise, I'm going to stick to the general principle of not getting into the detail. I have also said that I did not see the individual amendment. Again, though, we're taking this as a team. We voted for it as a team. We're fixing it as a team.
What does it say for your minister? What does it say for your minister?
Again, we are fixing it as a team.
Oh, man, folks, the language, wow. Oh, crying out loud, man, yeah. Yeah, and of course, yeah, we know when Chris Luxon took over, he actually tried to rebrand it as affordable water. As affordable water, which, well, when it's going to involve a rate increase, it doesn't sound affordable to me. Well, 3 were rebranded. Business remains despite refresh. Duh. People ain't stupid, man. People know. They ain't stupid. And well, we're going to go to the Parliament website here, folks, and I'm going to be looking at it. And there it is. Water Service NC Bill begins 3 water reforms. Yet the Water Service NC Bill will establish four publicly owned water services NC intend to provide safe, reliable, efficient water service. Well, that's their promise. Well, when you have confidence in power, I don't think that's ever going to be the case. And you know who's in charge? Yeah. Mana Mahuha. Mahuta, yeah. Mana Mahuta. Yeah. And the bill is about New Zealand's facing significant change of delivery of its drinking water, wastewater, and stormwater, also known as the three water infrastructure. The three water services are currently delivered by councils. Over 30 years, the three waters infrastructure will require investment over 120 billion New Zealand dollars to maintain, upgrade, and these costs likely to be unaffordable for communities under the current arrangement. Yet every year, 34,000 New Zealanders fell ill from their drinking water. Thousands of households are affected by boiling water. Notice are being required to boil water before drinking it. There are regular issues with the water infrastructure, such as burst pipes, surge spills, and its poor resilience to synthetic event and the impact of climate change. Yeah, of course they like to include the word climate change. And for what the bill may impact everyone in New Zealand, the local governments, and the drinking water supplies, and iwi, yeah, which they're going to be positively affected by it, yeah, not negatively, but possible, being positive here, but positively. Because they're going to make a fortune out of that. And you can see the process of the bill. Bill introduced, you can see that's when the first reading there, then the select committee, the second reading, the committee of the whole house, then the third reading, which is just recently, then the royal assent. Yep. Here it is. And let's go with it. The bill is not law until it is signed by the sovereign or the sovereign representative in New Zealand, the Governor General, which is called the royal assent. Yeah. Because once it's signed, that means it can be in law. Yeah. Folks, I'll say New Zealand is in trouble. Yeah. So folks, let's see what Chris Luxon's got to say, and of course, he's promised to have that removed, but is that even going to be a thing? Let's hear what he's got to say.
Yeah, it's not something that your solution actually fixes though, right? You've basically said to councils, do something by 2025 or we might do something. Not quite sure what that is yet.
No, what we've really solved for here is we're making sure that we're going to scrap the three waters legislation in those four big mega entities. That's job number one.
Yeah, they say he says that that's his first job when he gets into office. Let's hear that again.
Not something that your solution actually fixes though, right? You've basically said to councils, do something by 2025 or we might do something. Not quite sure what that is yet.
No, what we've really solved for here is we're making sure that we're going to scrap the Three Waters legislation in those 4 big mega entities. That's job number 1.
Yep, he said job number 2, which we not need to hear that. Because we just did to heard about the first thing he's going to say. That's it. And folks, I don't think he's actually going to do that. I could be wrong. I would like to be wrong. Well, if he does get an office and if he really does that, then okay. I would like to admit I was wrong that he wasn't going to scrap the 3 waters. And the final he did. But if I turn out to be right and he didn't and still allowed to be passed into law or didn't have it passed into law, then well, I don't have any confidence in National or any other parties or even the minor parties, folks. I'll say, folks, New Zealand is a basket case. Yeah. And that's why I am making my plan to leave the country. New Zealand is done. I want to be wrong. And I wish I'm wrong. I wish I am insane and mad about things what I'm saying. But I might be right, folks. And I think this is all I gotta say. I'll say, folks, let's talk to each other. Let's share ideas. As long as it's going to do good for humankind and we can put it into practice so we can bring humankind to the next level. And that's all I gotta say for that, folks. It's Matthew, the Malil Kiwi, signing off, over and out.